Jai Bharati, Namaskar. Today we are going to take a subject which shall be a dialogue between the Bible and Bhagavad Gita. And the problem is the root of evil or the root of ignorance. So we will discuss on this. How both of these they actually deal with this particular problem. So, see, human beings, they have always knowingly and unknowingly they commit evil. So, is greed the really problem? Is the money the source of suffering? Or even deeper cause that it is money is the hidden, it is a deeper cause which is hidden within the human mind. So Bhagavad Gita and Bible, they both try to answer this timeless question, and they have different perspectives. So the Bible in the first Timothy chapter number 6 verse 10 declares that the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. So we can notice that it does not condemn the money itself. For it, money is merely a tool. The problem lies the love or the attachment, the excessive attachment, that the belief that the wealth can only bring, means wealth only can bring the happiness, security and fulfillment in life. However, Bhagavad Gita, it takes a step further, and it delves in deeper. So in chapter number 14, shloka 8, Bhagwan Krishna says, Tamastva jnanam jam viddhi mohanam sarvadehinam pramalasya nidrabhi tat nibdhyanati bharata. So he says that no tamas to be born of ignorance. Tamas is darkness. So it dilutes all the embodied beings and binds them through negligence, laziness and sleep, inertia, so on, so forth. So Bhagavan Krishna is not merely describing the human behavior. He is revealing the very architecture of the mind. According to Bhagavad Gita, ignorance or ajnana is the seed from which all the problems arise. So let's imagine that a traveler is walking through a dense fog and he is unable to see very clearly. So he mistakes a tree for a dangerous robber. Fear grips him. He runs blindly, falls into a ditch, injures himself, or loses his position. Later he blames the world for his suffering. So what was the real cause? Was it the tree? Was it the ditch, or was it the fall? The real cause was fog. Similarly, suppose there is a rope lying and there is darkness, and one can think that it's not a rope but it's a snake, and in a snake he can think that it's a cobra. And then he again gets fearful, runs away, falls, something happens to him. But he blames what? So what was the real cause? The real cause was his ignorance, not the fog or the snake. So because we do not know our real nature, we mistakenly identify ourselves with the body, the mind, our possessions, our social status, our belongings, we begin to say, I am incomplete, I need more wealth, I need more knowledge, more power, more recognition, more pleasure. And from this, the false identity arises, and which creates more desire. It's basically a loop. So, desire gives birth to attachment, and greed and attachment will give birth to greed, and greed will give birth to conflict. Conflict will lead to suffering. See, when you have something, you may fear that you will lose it. Again, you will become very possessive, or you will have emotions about it. Suppose either, and if you suppose you have it, then you want to have it more. So again there is a emotion involved, and which are not going to do good to the person. So attachment gives birth to greed, and greed gives birth to conflict. Conflict leads to suffering. So thus, according to Bhagavad Gita, greed is not the root cause. It is merely a branch of much deeper tree whose hidden root is ignorance. When you have the five eyes, then you can think, okay, why this is happening? So you can say there is suffering. Why there is suffering? Because there is a conflict. Why there is a conflict? Because there is a greed. Why there is greed? Because there is attachment. And why there is attachment? Because there is desire. And why there is desire? Ignorance. So Bhagavan Krishna, he explains this beautifully in Bhagavad Gita, that ignorance creates delusion, and delusion clouds discrimination. Clouded discrimination gives rise to endless desire. Unfulfilled desire becomes anger, and fulfilled desire creates stronger attachment also. Means if you lose it, if you think that you are going to lose it, you will become possessive, and if you have it, then you will have more attachment. You want more and more and more. Let's suppose it's like money, you want more and more and more. But if you have sense of losing it, then again you become fearful. So both of these, they bind the individual to the endless cycle of action and reaction. So Bible and Bhagavad Gita therefore approach the same human condition from different level. Both try to identify the problems. So Bible emphasizes more on the moral dimensions. It warns that attachment to wealth can corrupt character, and it can lead us away from God or away from Jesus. It teaches that greed destroys compassion, honesty and faith. Whereas Bhagavad Gita explores the psychological and the spiritual dimension. It teaches that greed destroys compassion, honesty and faith. So Bhagavad Gita explores the psychological question, and it asks, why is this greed in the first place? And the answer we all know, because of our ignorance. So a person who knows his real self no longer seeks that he is complete, or there is a feeling of fulfillment only in external possessions. Such a person may possess great wealth, or he will not be having anything, yet he will be free from internally. Like we see the Indian sadhus across India, they just do not have anything. This is why Raja Janak, one of the greatest realized sages in Indian tradition, ruled a prosperous kingdom while remaining completely unattached. These people are called actually Raj Rishis. They are the saints who can be ruler. So that it's Raj Rishi, a combination of ruler plus saint. So wealth did not bind him because knowledge had dissolved ignorance. So his ignorance was gone. The same insight appears in many spiritual traditions. Darkness cannot be removed with sword or stick. It disappears only when knowledge is provided or a lamp is lit. So we can say the ignorance cannot be destroyed by accumulating more wealth or more positions, more achievements, more experiences. It only disappears through knowledge. This is why Krishna repeatedly he says that he says about jnana, that acquiring jnana or getting to knowledge is the highest purifier. So when knowledge comes, then attachment weakens or get destroyed. When attachment weakens, greed loses its power. When greed loses its power, compassion comes out. So we can say like Bible seeks transformation through faith, repentance and God's grace. Bhagavad Gita seeks transformation through self-knowledge, discrimination, discipline, devotion and meditation. So we can say that though the theological foundations differ for Bhagavad Gita and Bible, but they both agree on one profound truth, that the battle against evil begins within the human heart. So external laws may restrain actions, but inner transformations can permanently remove suffering. Perhaps the deepest synthesis in this is that the Bible warns us that the dangerous fruits of attachment, and Bhagavad Gita it reveals the hidden root from which the fruit grows. So when ignorance is removed, attachment is dissolved, and when attachment is dissolved, greed disappears. When greed disappears, rightfulness or righteousness shines or it comes. And when knowledge we get knowledge, the light of the self dispels the darkness of tamas, or the darkness disappears. The light means it makes the darkness go away. Like the sun in the morning, it removes the darkness of the night. So this is how both Bhagavad Gita and Bible they try to answer this question of the attachment for the external possessions. So hope you have liked this. Namaskar, Jai Bharati.